Good morning. Let's talk about Augustine's second book, Book 2 of the Cassiciacum Dialogues, De Beata Vita, or De Beata Vita if you like, but then you're using degenerate modern Latin. Proper classical Latin, it's De Beata Vita. Anyway, it's a shorter book, and I'll be briefer this time than last time on Contra Academicos. De Beata Vita is a shorter book and easy to read, and maybe it's meant for a wider audience. Certainly it features a wider cast of characters. The discussion is a little bit less scholarly and academic than Contra Academicos. It's a conversation at Augustine's birthday lunch. That would be 13 November 386 AD. Augustine, Lactantius, and Trigetius return, although technically they never left. Only Alypius left. He does not return. This book actually takes place between two of the books of Contra Academicos. Anyway, Monica, Augustine's mother, is here, and she's a major speaking character in this story. Augustine's son, Adeodatus, is here, and his brother, Novigius, and two of Augustine's cousins. These mosquitoes are terribly distracting, and I hate them. De Beata Vita is a book about ethics. We want to be happy. This means we need to have satisfied desires. This means we need to love God. God is the greatest good. God is the only thing that can satisfy the human heart. Happiness depends on desiring the right things. Super important insight. Cicero, Monica's observations, these things, references to Cicero and Monica's observations strongly emphasize, and Augustine draws attention to this as being super important. Happiness depends on desiring the right things. Now, De Beata Vita calls for a lot of comparisons and contrasts with Platonic philosophy. One book of particular importance is Plato's Phaedo. Actually, I'll pause and interrupt myself to say one other thing of importance is the biography of Plotinus by Porphyry. Porphyry is a follower of Plotinus, and they're both Platonist, Neoplatonic philosophers. Plato, Platonist, Plotinus, Porphyry, lots of fun names with the letter P. Okay, so Plotinus is the great, truly great Neoplatonist philosopher. Porphyry is his biographer. And Porphyry says that Plotinus would not talk about his birthday, or his birth, or anything relevant to his birth, because in some strains of Platonic thinking, or some aspects of Platonic thinking, the body is not where you want to be. You would rather be a disembodied soul. You'd rather leave the body behind and the soul know higher non-physical reality without the encumbrances of the body. Augustine's not like that. His whole conversation on the happy life takes place on the occasion of his birthday lunch. Lunch! That's nice. Happiness is an embodied thing in Augustine's philosophy. But let's talk about Plato's Phaedo. Plato's Phaedo says, live for the soul, not for the body. Now, Augustine agrees with that, as long as we also care for the body, which is something important, something we're responsible to do. Plato's Phaedo says, flee the influence of the body. Augustine's De Beata Vita says, flee to Jesus Christ. Flee to the church. Pray to God, the Holy Trinity, and practice faith, hope, and love. That's the Christian ethics of Augustine's De Beata Vita. Happiness requires desiring the right things, and that means desiring God. And while the soul is more important than the body must be cared for, and happiness requires not so much the Platonic idea, flee the influence of the body, though of course you should not be controlled by the desire for physical pleasures or anything foolish like that, but the emphasis is not on fleeing the influence of the body, but fleeing to Jesus Christ and to the church, and prayer and practicing faith, hope, and charity. Thanks for watching.